Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Black Myth Wukong has been released and the numbers are in, and boy, oh boy, we were not expecting, I don't think anyone was expecting these numbers. We were expecting it to be massively successful, but goodness gracious, the number 2 most concurrent players of all time on Steam and still climbing. Now, to be fair, this is a Chinese release. It is made by a Chinese studio with a story that I do believe caters to the Chinese audience. And within 12 hours, it reached number 2 concurrent players on Steam. And then all of a sudden it fell like a stone because Chinese people went to sleep. This article comes in from That Clark Place. Yeah, go ahead. Official Black Myth Wukong account on X announced the game was available 10 p.m. Eastern on August 19th. Now re-embark on the journey to the West. Black Myth Wukong is now available on PS5, Steam, Epic Game Store, and Wii Game. Wii Game, I believe, is Tencent. Confront your destiny and journey westward. Good old, this John? This John. Comes in with some numbers over here. Let's check them out. At the time of the writing of the article, 2,164,000. I think the number went up to 2.2 at one point. My goodness, almost a good million away from PUBG Battleground. Is it possible that the game will surpass it? Might have to wait for the weekend for that to come close, because over here in the West, a lot of people had to work at that time and many were sleeping. So the vast majority, I believe somebody reported a good 70% of the audience at least, dropped off after what I believe is China went to bed, because it fell to almost 200,000, so that's way over 70% at one point during today when I checked it. But now it's already jumped up to 500,000 in the evening, 8 p.m. Central at the time of this recording. My goodness. I would have to say, regardless of the number of players, regardless of the drop-off, this is a single-player game. People are going to play it, take a break, and play it again. This seems to be a massive success, to say the least, for game science. Almost like the IGN smear campaign did absolutely nothing for it. Let's see, not only is the game breaking concurrent player record numbers, but it has received overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Steam database notes that it received 72,000 positive reviews and just 2,500, almost 2,600 negative reviews. Oh, that means a 96.6% of all reviews are positive. So we got a grand total of 76, close to 76,000 reviews. Or maybe just 75. I'm not doing math. Let's see. One review beat the first boss, which is the one in the trailer, the White Wolf, and I have to say, so far, really enjoying the game. Basically, Chinese God of War and Jedi Fallen series. Nice. It's a good review. Visually stunning, despite saying better on a controller. I actually like the gameplay on my mouse and keyboard. Not too bad. Whoa. 3440 by 1440, getting a steady 60 to 80 FPS. You're going to get that on a PC, especially if you got the right gear. The right rig. Reject modernity, embrace monkey. Prologue happened after the story of Journey to the West. By the end of the original story, Wukong finished the journey, got the scripture, and was rewarded with immortality, ascending into Buddha, think gods themselves. Black Myth story starts from there, where Wukong has given up his godhood because he didn't... Oh, we're going to go into spoilers. Don't do that in your reviews. Now, despite the obvious massive success, IGN, the ones who started the attempt at a smear campaign to make game science look bad, well, they came over there with their little opinion. They're reporting because why wouldn't they? They've been talking about the game for long enough. Over here, Black Myth Wukong has massive launch, to say the least, overtakes Cyberpunk 2077, also overtakes Palworld. We got a couple of updates. Overtaken Palworld to become the second most played game ever on Steam. Now, over in their article, they talk about giving it, what, an 8.8 out of 10? Less than 24 hours after launch, has already seen the 4th highest concurrent figure ever on Steam. Well, you gotta reach that a little better. Second highest. Correct yourself. You know that idea of correcting yourself, IGN? Well, they did. They gave an update. It's interesting that they give an update on the numbers of people playing the game, but heaven forbid they give an update to the article or two talking about game science as a studio. It says not only that, as usual, they just couldn't help themselves. Let's go ahead and scroll down here to the bottom, and you'll see what I mean. Let's see. They could not even help themselves. This week, IGN verified an email talking about the email I made a video on. Marketing team that told content creators they were granted a Steam key that they must not include feminist propaganda or use particular trigger words. And then, of course, this lovely little final statement. Despite evidence to the contrary, they just have to put this in. Again, it's Hogwarts Legacy all over again. Got to get that final little dig in. Game Science has yet to respond to IGN's previous report, compiling numerous sexist comments that were proven to be a mistranslation from multiple sources, made by the studio's founders and others developers spanning the last decade. You just can't help yourself. Heaven forbid you come out with an article admitting you were wrong, that you maybe used improper translation, you misunderstood what they were saying, didn't quite understand local phrases, local sayings that they may have in China that don't exactly land properly in the West. But again, you're just showing the complete and total lack of integrity, if you even had any before this, over and over again, IGN. Can't help yourself getting that final dig. No matter what you did, no matter how hard you tried to smear Game Science for whatever reason that may be, maybe it was for hate, maybe it was to get some clicks on your website that you're failing to get over and over again because you sink into irrelevancy. Maybe it was malice. Maybe those little rumors about Sweet Baby Inc. involvement and possible extortion are actually true. As I said before, you're never going to get any sort of correction or retraction, no matter how much these websites, these so-called journalists, are proven to be mistaken, incorrect, or shown to flat out lie, because they have their marching orders. They've been given their script, and they have no choice but to push forward with the narrative as it's shown. Anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you going to play Black Myth Wukong? I got to wait a little while before I can pick it up. But from everything I've seen, wait for reviews. Well, I had no choice but to wait for reviews, so I'm definitely going to have to give this one a go at some point, much like Baldur's Gate 3 eventually. But let me know what you think. Is it possible IGN will ever say anything, give any sort of retraction of their statement? I seriously doubt it. But you go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments section. Are you going to play this game? When are you going to play this game? Are you playing this game? Let me know what you think about it. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTubers beg you to do. And I hope to see you in the next one.